Welcome, everyone! Nothing like a 40-ton animal deciding to put on a show for you. This is a sundog, not a glitch in the sky and not CGI. Just light refracting through hexagonal ice crystals in the atmosphere and producing a second sun. When there's too much water, where do salmon go? Apparently, the answer is across the highway. Japan sits on the junction of 4 tectonic plates. 4. So it's no surprise the ground likes to move around a bit.
Oh, goddamn. One of these little are gonna come get my phone here. Oh, there they go again!
This is what happens when you take a boat through a stretch of the Wabash River colonized by Asian carp. Imagine booking a beach vacation and this is what's waiting for you? 5-star experience. This phenomenon is caused by a large bubble of gas, usually methane or CO2, trapped under a thin ice layer, pushing upward and creating that eerie, pulsating, alive appearance.
Can we exit the picture?
In 2018, a transformer explosion at a Con Edison power plant in Queens, New York turned the entire sky electric blue, and half the city thought aliens had arrived. A boat washes up covered in goose barnacles. And if you've never seen these before, I'm sorry to have to introduce them to you this way. They definitely practiced that one. Somebody's afternoon just took a very hard left turn.
I'm on Fairview Lane in Portsmouth. Just a surreal scene here right now. The road is collapsed. You have a car hanging over the edge here. Just an unbelievable scene here.
I promise this is not a scene from a Marvel movie. This is what underground erosion can do.
Well, halfway up, all the way down here.
The lyrebird has one of the most complex vocal apparatuses of any bird on Earth. It can replicate almost any sound it hears, including construction machinery. This is Mount Etna in Sicily, one of the world's most active volcanoes, but here, just casually blowing some smoke rings into the sky.
Aqui é o banheiro da roça. Olha o que acontece quando a descarga.
I would move out immediately. Barn owls are normally described as beautiful and ethereal, but these barn owls look like they run a cursed dungeon instead.
When they help me dry it.
Sometimes you look at the ground and realize the ground is moving, and it's centipedes.
Wow, it's so bright.
Oh, you know why it's so good? It's because sunset. It's getting the sun up there.
That's
why it's awesome like
amazing.
that.
When a defunct SpaceX satellite re-enters the atmosphere, it burns up in a long, glowing streak across the sky that looks absolutely nothing like what it actually is.
Look how bright it is. Oh my gosh. Whoa.
Shelf clouds are called Arcus clouds and form along the leading edge of a thunderstorm's cold downdraft. They literally represent the front line of severe weather arriving. Parrot colonizers. When flash floods arrive at a canyon system like Glen Canyon, the water moves in like it's got somewhere to be. The Qintang River in China hosts the world's largest tidal bore, a wave that can reach 30 feet tall and 25 miles per hour, arriving like clockwork twice a day due to the tidal cycle.
Sangat panjang kawan-kawan, tengok sampai ke sana, sangat panjang. Sangat panjang, ke. Lari! Subhanallah!
desert fires are often driven by invasive grass species. In places like the American Southwest, non-native grasses dry out and create a carpet of fuel that native desert plants never did. A mud volcano isn't really a volcano. It's the Earth slowly exhaling pressurized gas and sediment, and it looks exactly as bizarre as that sounds. Imagine being on vacation and shells start erupting from the sand like the beach is launching them on purpose.
What the hell? What is that, Mom?
What?
Ma, you see this?
No. Holy
What
the hell is that?
What is happening?
A dust devil picks up the tumbleweed. The tumbleweed becomes part of the dust devil. This is the American desert's version of a tornado. This is called stargazing syndrome in snakes and is caused by viral infections or severe mite infestations affecting the brainstem. Gannets are the most aerodynamic diving birds in the world. They can plunge from 100 feet at 60 miles per hour, and their skulls have built-in air sacs specifically to absorb the impact of hitting the water that hard. Somewhere, a lone physics teacher just spontaneously teared up and doesn't even know why. The world's largest active mud volcano, Sidoarjo Lusi in Indonesia, erupts an estimated 100,000 cubic meters of mud per day and has been doing so continuously since an earthquake triggered it in 2006.
Porca troia, viene tutto.
Not a good day for a climb.
Porca troia.
What is that ring?
Over Six Flags in New York, something appears in the sky that looks like it came from a completely different genre of reality.
I can't tell what that is.
The tree had been thinking about this for years. Today was the day. A locust swarm is way more than just a bunch of insects. It's a moving mass that can contain up to 80 billion individuals. As fake as it sounds, someone has punched a perfect hole in the clouds. Mud wasn't dramatic enough, so it brought fire as a +1. Nature didn't do this. Somebody's dye factory had a very long week. The moon walked in front of the sun without even knocking? Rude. Incredible. Rude.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, they changed their mind. Here they come.
And still, each family in such a flock sticks to each other and are not lost. The sky did not need to flex this hard, but it did anyway. This geyser erupts on a schedule so unpredictable that people just wander past and hope for the best. In hollow trees, the strike can channel down the interior and ignite the heartwood like a chimney. This is a Darvaza gas crater in Turkmenistan, nicknamed the Door to Hell, and it's been burning continuously since 1971 when Soviet engineers accidentally drilled into a gas pocket, set it alight to stop the methane from spreading, and just left it there. World power style. At this point, I'm just gonna believe it's a UFO. Frost heaving slowly pushes rocks upward through soil over years of freeze-thaw cycles.
Geez, some more.
When erosion turns the ground into a bouncy castle, you're in the wrong place.
And look, it's super soft. Try jump, Sam.
Just thousands of birds being inexplicably better at synchronized movement than any human dance troupe. Sometimes, nature just produces something that hits the ears perfectly, and the brain short circuits trying to figure out why it's so satisfying.
ما شاء الله اليوم الخميس ما شاء الله تبارك الرحمن 6 رمضان ما شاء الله.
This is called a granular flow. Very fine, dry sand can behave almost exactly like a Newtonian fluid because of the air pressure between the grains. A cloud that looks like a stained glass window installed in the sky by someone who really wanted people to pay attention. This cloud formation looks like it was generated by a film studio, placed into the real sky by someone who overestimated how much is too much. Green or blue-green flames are typically produced when copper compounds or boron-rich materials combust. The Nile is acting up again, but this time it's just algae blooms and iron-rich runoff. This mirage isn't a hallucination, it's just physics playing tricks. Mammatus clouds form through a process called negative convection. They form when cold, moist air sinks through a dry layer below. Imagine explaining your board got robbed by a seagull. The ocean produces moments that feel like they were designed specifically to make you feel very small and very grateful at the same time. The camera was in the right place to capture this chaos. Nobody would have believed it. Wind so powerful at the cliff edge that it's blowing the water straight back up into the sky. The day you call in sick, this happens. Now I bet you wish you went to work. Evolution gave it incredible diving abilities and then left it standing in a parking lot waiting to get dry. Trade-offs, I guess. "12 feet of majesty crossing the road at its own pace." Everybody waited. They spent their whole lives sailing the open ocean, and then the wind sent them to a beach in New Jersey. Cruel. This natural arch looks like nature's portal into another world.
Alright. Yeah, yeah.
Moving is never easy, even for crustaceans. Whoever lost their documents to this, insurance claim is gonna be difficult. Morocco's argan trees are regularly climbed by local goats. Not because the goats are defying logic, just because they've evolved to do it and the fruit up there is worth it. Another hillside decides today is the day. There's no negotiating with a slope that's made up its mind. A hand placed near an ant colony triggers a coordinated response that looks, from the ant's perspective, like a full military mobilization. Perito Moreno is one of the only glaciers in the world that is not retreating. It's in a state of equilibrium.
देखो मेरे भाई देख
पानी पड़ेगा भाई नीचे
कमाल है देख धरती पटल है देख कमाल है देख चित्र पटल.
The river is creating land now. Geologists are writing papers, locals are just watching.
जान दे दो नहीं उठावेगा. ये देख मेरे भाई
ओए आग लग देख आग लग विक्की
देख सकते हो भाई.
The corona visible around the moon during a total eclipse is the sun's outer atmosphere, usually invisible because the photosphere outshines it completely. Iridescent clouds were first documented by Aristotle, who called them mock suns but couldn't explain them. $80 billion insects in one coordinated mass. Nature's most effective argument against going outside. After major floods, millions of spiders take refuge in trees simultaneously and collectively produce enough silk to shroud entire forests in white. Crows are gathering in the city in numbers that seem impossible, covering power lines, rooftops, trees, and just generally making their presence extremely known. They call it rapid unscheduled disassembly, the rest of us call it blown up. Both are accurate. The biggest rocket ever built, breaking apart live. But they're learning. Allegedly. Don't click off yet. If you love our videos, subscribe now and hit that bell. And wait, there's more videos for you right here on the screen. Just click on the one that grabbed your interest and enjoy. See you there!